Welcome to Almost a Podcast. This is episode 47. I am your guy who talks things, Sean. And with me, I have Michael and Colton.
Welcome.
What's up?
I peaked on purpose. We're not plebes at this. I did it on purpose.
And I think we had alluded to this, a couple podcast episodes ago, but we wanted to talk about dreams. So I had these two guys recording their dreams, writing down their dreams that they had so that we can share and psychoanalyze one another.
Yes. This is
figure
gonna
out what's wrong with each other.
I already
based on our dreams.
I've got some similar themes in my dreams, and I'm worried for myself, guys. I'm worried about what this says about me and what it could mean.
Yeah, you guys were just saying that you didn't have, like, if you weren't focusing on it, you weren't able to write down as many dreams, right?
Yeah, so I was just saying, it's like when we first started to do this like 5-6 weeks ago, something like that, I feel like I was doing pretty good. I was starting to get small dreams, then bigger dreams, longer dreams. I was writing them down in a dream journal, as we all did. Mm-hmm. And then just the past couple weeks, like week or two, I just kind of tailed off. I wasn't thinking about it. Usually I go to bed and I'm like, I want to remember my dreams. That's like one of the classic tips I read online. You want to like say you're going to remember your dreams and like just to remember them. And sometimes for lucid dreaming, I guess you could be like, I want to be lucid in my dreams too. So I just didn't do that. I had a lot going on. I was moving, as previous podcasts say. So I think that might have just distracted me. But we got a lot of good, interesting content still.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I had the exact opposite effect. Normally, I go to bed, I wake up, no dreams, nothing, right? But after we started talking about this, it's like now, like there's like this little light bulb in the back of my head that sometimes comes on.
Unlocked your brain.
I have
Took the pill.
I wouldn't say unlocked because I still like don't lose dreams like that. But I actually do remember my dreams now. Not often, but it still happens. Like I'll be like, and especially I'll still do the. I talked about this on a previous podcast, but I do end up remembering my dreams when I go full back asleep. So if I have a really bad sleep, it's usually I dream a lot. And there has been some times where I've had that, and it's been kind of cool. I've had some really wacky ones. I can't wait to share. But
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited. What are you guys' counts? Because since I started this, I think back in August is when I mentioned this to you guys. I recorded 5 dreams since then. And I believe I spoke a little bit about one of them already. So let's say I had 5 that I recorded.
I've got 6.
I have 12, but I'm not sharing all of them. Some of them are just might be on the the Patreon edition of.
I want to hear about them though.
They have a little bit of NSFW topics.
I can go into them a little bit. Some of them are just extremely strange. The
I can
topics
also always pull from my backlog.
Yeah, some of them aren't even strange, but the topics are just kind of weird, and it's like, why is it this specific weird topic that I was involved in? What does it say about me?
In my little thing here that I recorded in, I have written down an even 100 dreams.
Oh, really?
Going back to 2013.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly,
almost 10 years.
I gotta say, I've been upset that I haven't been doing the dream journal the past week as frequently. I kind of want to keep doing it throughout life, just because it's very interesting. There's some fun stories, and again, maybe the dream of being able to lucid dream if I keep doing this over time would be kind of neat. I would like to. Maybe that would be a long time running, but if we could all try to lucid dream, I definitely
think it would work though.
Yep.
If you concentrate for long enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
That just imagine that lucid dreaming becomes your normal state of dreaming. Then it's literally Inception at that point.
At that point, it's like, is real life even worth it? It's like I can do whatever I want, whenever I want.
And then we end up lucid dreaming together. We're like, our minds merge, and we're like, what?
That's actually.
Then it becomes Doctor Strange. We're in the spirit world.
I had this funny
our
thought
spiritual
where
body's just hanging out.
I had this funny thought. I don't think it was a dream. It was a thought related to a dream. I was like, what if everyone that lucid dreamed was actually in the same server? If that makes sense. They're all on the same server.
Awesome.
They just can't find each other. So if everyone was lucid dreaming at the same time, then they could like find each other if they knew
It's
like the
No Man's
channel
Sky?
to connect.
Yeah, I was
Or
just gonna
something
say
like
that.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that'd be pretty freaking cool. Like you connect with your friends over dreaming. It'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't know. There's been some times like where I'll have these weird moments. Like we're talking about like just like feelings, right? One was
Yeah, deja vu or something.
not it was deja vu, but like weird connectivity, right? Sometimes happened like to my parents or like friends and stuff like that. Is like most recent one I remember is it was someone's birthday. I think it was like my cousin's birthday, and I was like, oh shoot, it's their birthday. I literally go to like text my dad to message my cousin to say, hey, remember to like to say that.
Just to
and
remind
in the
you.
middle of it, he texts me.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, remember to text.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, excuse me. Wait, what? What's going on? And I'm like, literally in the middle of texting
What?
that, and so it's, you're like, wait,
Inception.
You have like the
Blah,
same,
in the
we have the
background.
same like brain wave that, just, and like he was in another country at the time, so it's like just like.
I
brain
definitely
wave.
feel like I have some sort of sense sometimes, you know, because I will go to pick up my phone, right? Or like I'll go to reach for my phone, I'll hover my hand for a second, and then I'll get a notification. You know,
Yeah.
as it was like like a premonition, not premonition type thing, you know.
No, that's exactly what it is, a premonition.
But sometimes it happens, you know, every several weeks, I would say.
It's,
You know, like a non.
Is that a statistics
trivial
thing,
amount
though?
of time.
I feel like statistically, if you get a lot of text, if you're a pretty popular guy, one of the times when you're
I'm not though.
going-
Like I don't get that many texts.
I mean, me and
I don't think.
Mike and I text you pretty often, so maybe it's
That's
that.
fair, you know. But
Boost up that
I don't know.
statistical
It's,
rate. Yeah, that's
but I was-
interesting.
But it's like a reaching for it with a feeling that I got a text and then a text comes in, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, it's like
But
Minority Report, man.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's a good one.
Tom Cruise.
I need to
It's
check it out.
about basically
Oh,
preventing crimes, like arresting people for crimes before they happen because of like premonition.
Yeah.
I feel like. Yeah.
I gotta
like
rewatch
Psychopaths.
it. It is
Kind of like
good.
Psychopaths, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I,
that is like
But they
that.
use psychics. They don't use a
Oh.
AI system.
I had mentioned before that a lot of my dreams are mundane, everyday stuff, which is really annoying because I just had one the other day where I thought, I had been going about my day and I needed batteries, and I was like, oh, good, I have batteries, and I go to check the drawer. There's no batteries. I realized I dreamed it. I dreamed that I bought batteries.
Yeah.
It's like, stuff.
That's annoying.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Really annoys me because my brain is I'm very productive at night.
Right.
You know, my dream self, I'm getting all the groceries, I'm getting everything I need, you know, and then I wake up. I'm like,
Yeah, we
gosh,
all wish
darn it.
that was how it was in real life when you're sleeping. Just do all the boring stuff during the day.
I think I told you about the one where I have had something similar. I thought I went into work, and like I literally got through my entire routine, and then all of a sudden I wake up and it's like right around, it's like 7:45 or something like that. So I'm going to be late to work, and then I'm like, and when I get into work, actually not in dream,
Hey, boss.
I told my boss, I'm like, oh, like I literally was dreaming that I thought I was here, and she's like, okay, whatever. Probably
Whatever.
thought I was just bullshitting her.
You
but
can use that excuse once.
Yeah,
Exactly, right.
that is
That
a
was like-
gimme. That is a
Yeah.
gimme. So I just had the dream where you have a test. Well, no, because I never took the test naked, but it's the dream that you have an exam the next day, even though you're not in school anymore. Yeah, classic one.
I have never had that, actually.
That's very lucky for you to never have that. It's honestly sucks. Like
No,
it
I
doesn't
will-
sound that bad, but it's like the most relieving thing getting up and you just feel terrible. Like, oh man, this exam, I missed it, or I have to do it. I didn't study. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always
I will
had
have.
I've had the false premonition of like, oh, I have an exam tomorrow, and then wait,
Oh.
and then that triggers it, and I'm like, wait, no, I'm working now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. I've never had a dream like a true like dream like that.
I feel like a lot of my dreams become deja vu.
Oh,
You
that's a
know?
good theory of deja vu, just
So-
in general.
Yeah, I have very intense deja vu every other month, I would say.
Mhm.
And it's situational or visual. So I'll be driving down a road, say with somebody, and looking at a certain thing. And I'll see that and go, I've done this before, like Inception music starts playing. Or I'll be having a conversation about a certain topic with like one or two other people. And then that'll be deja vu. Like I will have thought, I've had this exact same conversation in a way that I couldn't have had it before, like work-based conversations about implementing this and that, Like I've not done that before. But in the moment, it's such an intense feeling of this has happened. I've seen this, I have that a lot. I don't know what it is.
Dreams are just on point. Your dreams are just telling the future. And it's just really good at predicting the future outcomes.
You are precog, dude.
If only I could tap into that and actually use it.
Use it all the
Maybe
time.
if you get lucid, you'll be like, oh, I can see the future.
If you get lucid,
now.
you could change your own fate. That's how you do it.
If I go lucid, I see, then I think, okay, show me the doors. And then it shows a bunch of doors, and those are the futures. And I can
you can look at all the futures.
Timelines.
You can just create the time stone for yourself. It isn't fake. It's real. Thanos is out there.
All right, I'm going to try that.
Thanos is real.
Thanos is out there, and he is me.
Sean is Thanos. Actually, no, wait. No, you're Doctor Strange then, in that case.
Oh, yeah. I will take Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so what are some like what's like one really strange out there dream that you can say, on the podcast?
What do you want to have?
Won't get us banned.
I can say all my dreams, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we?
There's like one maybe I can't say, but
do we want to have just a shared story time kind of thing?
Yeah, it's.
I'm interested in hearing if there was a theme to both of your guys' dreams too, because mine are like pretty similar, I think, and some of the stuff that happens. Was that at all the way you guys felt about your dreams?
Maybe you guys can interpret. You might be able to interpret from this, but I don't think mine are similar.
Okay.
But I could start.
Yeah.
If you guys, you just like take turns and share some stuff.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one that I recorded was the one that I talked about before, where it was this dome. It was like a series of 3 things, and I was in the first one and then not in the rest of them. And then, there was the underwater cave, and I discovered this weird water thing and some weird like flora and fauna. And then fast forwards, and there's all of a sudden the weather is always raining, and they're just living inside this dome, and the water gets in, and it kind of like kills everybody. I assume it kills everybody. I mean, I didn't see that part, but
yeah. Did you die beforehand?
In my dream, I interpreted the next parts as way in the future. Like I was an early discoverer of this thing, probably died. I don't know because I discovered it first, and now everyone's just hiding from the water for some reason.
I wonder what prompted that. Did you see any like movies recently, or
not that I can remember with this? Yeah, that was just kind of a random dream. I thought there was no prompting.
Weird.
That is interesting.
I know, right?
That is weird.
Yeah. Maybe I was reading some sort of book, but I can't remember any book that's like that.
Maybe a Reddit post.
But yeah,
it's very sci-fi.
Yeah.
Huh. It was definitely a merging of several things. Like the in beginning cave sequence was very similar to Chronicle. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I do.
When they go into this cave and they're like, "Oh, look at this crazy stuff,"
Okay.
Except I was more like Indiana Jones in the sense that I was just exploring and not just like randomly wandering around.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like we have researchers. We're like, "Oh, you discovered this thing."
Did you have the hat on too?
I did not have a hat.
Did you say it belongs in a museum?
It was more. I was more sciencey than Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Purposely going to explore undiscovered things, and see if they can be used for beneficial stuff. And then it didn't. It killed everybody. So, bummer on that.
Bummer. That's a real big bummer.
Oh, yeah. Sounds about right.
So, I will like that because that was my first dreams. And then
Zoom.
I don't know. Colton want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
You're the second most.
I do want to share. So, while you guys didn't have themes, I've told you, I think I've mentioned this on the podcast, and I've told you guys before, but my dreams are all very like just life or death, more mortal, threatening to my life.
Which is so weird.
It is so weird.
You're not really a panicked person.
No,
you're not an anxious person, are you?
I'm not. Here's the thing. My theory is that because I'm watching Better Call Saul at night, I'm like watched an episode per day, I just get these dreams. There's always like mortal like fear for like most people in the show. So I think that
you're very influenced then by what you're
I
experiencing.
really do. I mean, okay, so I watched. This won't be the one I share right now, but there was one that I dreamt that I did not write down. There's been a couple that it's like the cartel is involved. I'm like, that has to be Better Call Saul. It has to be.
Yeah.
So one of the, let's see, there's a couple good ones in here. I'll start with this one because this one was interesting. It was not as scary as like dealing with the cartel, but essentially, so we were on like we were on a team-based squad mission, right? There are three. It was a three-team squad mission. And the fun thing was, it was like a GTA mission, okay? So we were like robbing like a store, like a coffee shop, like this.
And when you say we, like who?
I actually don't know who it was. It was not you guys.
people?
It wasn't anyone I know. It was, we're just like robbing this coffee.
NPCs.
Yeah, like NPCs. We were robbing this coffee shop, and it's like, honestly, it sucks because I'm like, well, we're just like shooting random people. That sucks, but essentially,
You're playing like the intro mission to Modern Warfare or that airplane mission.
yeah,
in the
like
airport.
it's like
airport
dick,
mission, yeah.
big dick move. But here's the thing. Here's how I'm able to like strike some decent morality out of it. If anything went wrong in the mission, we were able to reset. So like, let's say the cops
it's
came
like
in or they
Looper.
busted us. We're like, all right, guys. It was like all three of us had to agree, like, okay, we're gonna reset. We're gonna go back to whatever this was. And the mission was a
that's
long
kinda cool.
mission, and we had different checkpoints. So sometimes we were in the coffee shop, shit went wrong. We went way back to try and set something up differently. Sometimes we're like, oh, we think that worked. We'll just go back halfway this time to reset it. So we did that. And like we could reset at any time. The SWAT team would capture us, like put us in handcuffs, and they were like, all right, guys, let's reset. So we'd reset. So extremely risk-free. Like my
What if someone
buddies
got
could
killed?
get shot and die, and I would be like, all right,
Oh.
then I was able to reset. Like if they died, then I was like, okay, I could reset. That's fine. No big deal.
Weird. Did you realize that you were the dreamer a little bit? Because like
No.
I've had similar ones where I'm like I have self control of myself, right? And I kind of realize I'm not so much I realize I'm dreaming, but like I can reset that. Like I go through an event and I'll reset it, and then go through another event, reset it. But I never had the thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna work with other people that are projections of my own mind in a dream, saying, okay, we got all reset together.
Yeah, it was weird, I guess, when you put it like that. Like it was kind of unique in that sense. However, we kept doing this and it was like fine. I don't know why we were doing this. I think it was honestly, I think it was some sort of like
robbing a coffee shop.
well, it was a coffee shop, but I'm wondering if we were training. Like, were we actually at the coffee shop, or was this some sort of like SWAT training mission? I don't know.
Oh, like a simulation.
Yeah, like a simulation. But in the end, essentially, we kept doing this. We kept resetting. It was really low risk. I was like, shooting people. All right, whatever, fine. Then we kept having like more and more issues cascade on top of each other. Like at first, you know how we were able to get like when you play a mission with friends, you're able to get like 80% of the way, and then you get so bad, like or like you just get so tired, you can only get 20% through the mission or something like that, and you can't get past.
Yeah, I feel like that's us with most.
Yeah, we
Battle
start
Royale
strong
games.
and then keep going down. Well, that was us. And then I was getting essentially we kept getting caught by the police and we kept losing the mission. But one time when we were doing in the coffee shop, one of the dudes was just like, I'm not going to reset. I'm just like, oh, are you kidding me?
What do you mean you're not
what,
gonna
what are
reset?
you doing? And there's nothing much more interesting than that. He's like, I'm not going to reset. And we die. We all die. We all get shot.
Oh,
The
man,
dream
you wake up.
ends.
Dream.
I was so pissed though. Like, yeah, it was like supposed to be risk free, and then we all died because this one dude, to which I have no idea why he didn't want to reset. He was just like, I'm done. I give up. Just decided to end it, and then all of us apparently died. I don't know. I don't remember getting
And that's
shot.
where you wake up. You're like, gosh darn it.
Yeah, I was like,
whoever
come
you
on,
are."
man. Like, I think I was having like some fun with it because it's like it's unlimited, risk free, like
Yeah,
shenanigans.
it's a
right?
video game. I mean, let's
Yeah,
be
it's a
real.
video game. And then this guy ruined it, and I woke up and
Yeah.
I got shot. I mean, it was scary. I mean, I did get shot, and I was getting shot at. So, but that was like one of the tamer dreams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Colin's by day he's like, he's a normal engineer. By night he's fighting the cartel.
Yeah, the cartel invades, and I'm against them. Yeah. Weird stuff.
That is weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I do have some dreams. I'll go with this one. This one is really freaking weird. So
Okay.
I don't know. So there's like a part of this dream that I don't remember because all I remembered, like the first part of it, is me running. I'm running away from something. I think it was like one dream moving into another. Like just all I know is I'm running, and then I jump into a car and there's two gorillas. Don't know why there's fucking gorillas in the car, but there are gorillas. Then these two men
driving,
pull up.
or are they like
that are like
sitting there?
Just sitting there. And so two men pull up, and I don't know what it is. They're just two men who are like, I don't know, they're like gangsters or something like that. Probably, I'm guessing they have control. There's probably some gorilla smuggling ring or some shit like that. And they basically take me hostage and like, hey, I need you to break into a house because somehow I know how to break into a house. You know, I'm an expert at that. And I need to break into this random suburban house. And then another group come in and like point guns at all of us. And so the three of us get taken hostage, even though like, and so I'm just like, you know, what the fuck? What's going on?
What's going on here?
Hey,
then you
slip away while you're
then
distracted.
I have to figure out how to eventually escape both groups by like I had like climbed through like a window or something like that.
Okay.
After like being stuck inside, being like garrisoned inside this house, right, from the other people. And then I ran into like some random people on the street, and they're running away from something. I have no idea what it was, but they're running. Like,
They're
gotta
running.
hide from like these people.
Man.
They must be running from the other people or something like that. And so I'm like running through like this suburban
like
area.
Gotham here.
It's like there's like it's like partial city, you know. Like suburbia meets city, and like trying to hide. I remember like running through a parking lot, like trying to like stay low, like keep away from these people while they're like driving around, like looking for me. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was like just it was really weird. And yeah, like life or death. I'm like, I remember, I don't know what we were like breaking into the house for. I think it was something to do with like art theft or something like that. Because I remember like the house
you're a
itself was
professional
very
art thief.
very pretty. No, I was just some random dude, but somehow I knew how to do a B&E.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm like looking around and like, oh, it's like a beautiful house. I do remember the house, which is really cool.
It's like,
You take
remember
a
that one.
pause in the middle of the dream.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a nice house. Look at all
and
these.
then I'm like, I got to get the fuck out through the bathroom through like the tiny little like one of those slot windows or whatever.
Yeah.
And get out of the
Yeah.
street, and I'm like, shit, and I know they're coming for me, so I got to run. And that was interesting. It was like the entire experience was just me, like basically me running away. I don't know what triggered that though, because like maybe it was like me feeling trapped or something like that in like life,
maybe.
or something like that. Where
Yeah.
it was,
a recent decision, maybe you're like, I don't know how to escape this thing.
Yeah. Now I'm ready for Mike, for you to eventually walk into a house that like reminds you of that house in the dream, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
oh god,
that would be so funny.
That's the art piece they wanted me to steal.
Houses I've seen as well as like seen in movies. It's the fuzziness. It's pretty fuzzy right now, but who knows? Maybe that'd be serious
great.
premonition right there.
That'd be serious insanity. You'd have to start running. Yeah.
But
that is an interesting one.
That's a good one. I mean, that was pretty like scary too. Like, I don't know, me and Mike.
The thing I just don't get are the fucking gorillas. Why are there gorillas sitting in a car, and like they're like full grown gorillas just sitting in a car?
Imagine that.
I think one had a t-shirt on too. It was just like just sitting there. I'm just like, all right,
from Overwatch.
And I'm like, okay.
I'm just
And
imagining.
they're just like chilling there.
Yeah, I'm imagining.
This is already fascinating to me because my dreams now are so different from your guys' dreams.
I feel like Sean,
really
yours
interesting to see the difference.
Are
here.
yours like happy? Like, oh, I'm glad I remembered this one.
They're not always happy, but they're more like just adventures.
Yeah,
you know?
like simple adventures where an adventure was
not
had.
always simple.
Oh, okay.
But definitely like this. The one I was going to talk about next. I'm not even in it.
Oh,
you know?
geez, you're an observer.
I'm just like watching this cool thing happen.
Huh.
I can here like this is probably my longest one that I wrote down. And I'm just gonna have to read through it and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember it yet. So the scene. All right, let me set the stage here. The scene is a large castle. Imagine like Demon Lord's castle. Okay. The main and I'd like to describe it as the main character. The main character of this dream is the daughter of an evil queen that is the ruler of this land.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But this is a space castle. I wrote this down.
A space castle.
But
Did you write it
we're
in
in
caps
space.
too?
No, I said queen that rules. Period. This is the space castle, though.
Yeah.
And then I said futuristic tech. So the daughter leaves the castle to go to the city to see what life is like, as you normally, that's very classic.
Yes.
Trope,
Yeah.
I would say.
A good arc there.
Then she learns that everyone lives in fear of her mother because the mother's evil queen, but the daughter did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
And she also learns that the mother has enslaved the last of a super powerful race of beings that a lot of the tech had come from.
Whoa.
Okay, well, this is getting good.
Seems like a Disney movie.
She somehow
Mixed-
enslaved
It could be.
the people.
It's Disney mixed with Warhammer. That's what I'm getting right here.
So the daughter decides to stop her mother, the queen, and goes on a wacky adventure around the castle to get to the throne room to stop her mother. So then it was just like a compilation sequence of part of the dream, where there were several instances where she has friends now.
Okay.
They build little tools and gadgets and things that help them with a task or a trial.
A trial.
This is a
to get
Disney
to the
movie.
throne room? Is this all to get to the throne room? Man.
Yeah. And they're being opposed by the castle's advanced automated defenses.
Oh. Okay.
So one of the most powerful are a group of 3 robots taking the form of 3 shapes. There's a circle, a pyramid, and a cube. I guess sphere, pyramid, and cube. They're half AI and half regular robot, and they handle the mass defenses of the castle and town. So these things would warp to certain locations in space and take out like an entire armadas of enemies. I think this is like not just the town, but like other planets, maybe.
Okay.
Like that's how much power this queen controlled.
Jesus.
Okay. So while those three shapes, because they're like the AI defense things.
Yeah.
While they're out on a mission, the daughter sneaks into the warp room that teleports these things. Controls the robots warp back to the castle. So then she's like, okay, if I can destroy this, then the robots won't be able to get back to the castle. And then she can be safe, I guess. But then there are 3 engineers. So I'm guessing there's like 3 people in the room and they operate the warp drive.
Okay.
The teleportation circle thing. I said, however, they are not the most ruthless, but rather pretty goofy with a question mark. So these are the 3 Stooges basically
Yeah,
control
they're
this thing.
questionably okay, rolling along here.
Yeah.
So I wrote down, she turns out the lights and tricks them. I don't know what that means, but
Yeah.
maybe gets them to collapse in a pile or something.
Yeah.
The machine is turned off, but the engineers run off to inform the queen. Oh, classic. The daughter takes off after them and manages to stop 2 of them one by one. But then the dream ends. That was it.
Oh,
That's
you
all
never
I
got to the end.
I never got to the
sucks.
confrontation with the queen.
Don't you feel so unsatisfied when that happens?
I probably in the moment, yes. Now I'm still unsatisfied. What happened?
I like.
Yeah, that's one of those dreams where I just have I'm not in it at all. I'm just watching this
Interesting.
adventure unfold.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to me as well how consistent most of it was, other than the fact where it's she tricked them, and it's there's gaps, and it's
I don't know what happened.
We all
the
have
lights
that.
went out. I couldn't see.
Yeah, it's sometimes I just write and it's I think he went 3 weeks went by and we traveled the country, but there's huge gaps in what happened, but they're very critical to the story sometimes. But still, even since it's a dream, I still understand what's going on and I'm able to piece it together.
I feel like I can definitely picture this castle though,
It's like Castle
cool,
Aincrad or something
planetary
like that.
castle type deal. It's all the futuristic spiky things.
I was
Castle
Town at the
Aincrad.
bottom. Yeah, it could be similar to that.
I was imagining the Stranger Things castle. I don't know why. The evil queen, red, purple, stuck in my head. And then I was
If
Stranger
anything,
Things.
it's like Dracula's castle from
Oh,
Castlevania.
yeah.
but more like wider at the base, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I remember these because have you guys seen Oblivion with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Those robots in there, the
drones,
the drone things, those are super cool, and like the noises they make are like really brutal in a way.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with sound design, and that's how I kind of envisioned these three shape things: the circle, the pyramid, and the square or the cube. They would just fly out. For some reason, there was like a mini cutout. A mini section of the dream where I just saw them destroying like armadas of spaceships.
Do they just like Kamehameha?
Like, oh my god, these things are really
they just,
powerful.
warp?
Like, no one can oppose them.
That's wild.
It's so funny
they like pop in and then boom, they just kill
yeah.
everything.
It's so funny that you dream in like as an observer, right? Because I don't
Sometimes,
I
not
can't
all the
remember
times,
any dreams where I've been the observer. I've dreamed in third person where I'm either like a character in third person or myself in third person.
Yeah.
But never an omniscient observer looking on a story, right?
Yeah.
Which is
I think that's a recent thing that's happened to me, like within the last 3 years or so.
Yeah. I've never done
And,
that either.
and it's not the only thing I dream as now. Like the next couple dreams I think are all have me in them.
yeah,
Or I am just the one dreaming it.
like a POV.
POV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot where I just don't, or several that I'm just not in them, which I find interesting because I just get this like story.
I wonder if it's like,
essentially.
I was going to say, maybe it's because you read books, but that doesn't really matter. Like all the TV I watch is all self-removed. But I self-insert on TV shows a lot, so
Yeah,
I don't know. Or maybe
I
do you
don't-
self-insert?
I don't
stuff,
do that
Sean?
either. I like imagine myself as the character, but it's not me. It's like I am that character,
Oh, okay. Interesting.
as opposed to me being in it, in their shoes. It's like I just am them.
Yeah.
That's how I self-insert.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess
just
it's
a
not
different
self-inserting,
person.
but-
Totally. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well,
Sean loses all sense of self.
Sean becomes a completely different person.
Who am I?
through
I'm
lucid
the
dreaming.
all-seeing eye.
So I got
really interesting.
I got my next dream. If we're ready to move on,
boy.
it's also my longest one.
What is going to be worse than killing civilians in a cafe?
This one? Okay, I don't know if I was killing them. I was just robbing them for some reason.
You were shooting
I
people.
was shooting them. There were points where I shot. I think it was like GTA where like, let's just try shooting 3 of them and see how many stars go up, you know? Just see what happens. But anyways, this one might not be as scary either, but this is my longest one. And it was right before I started my job. It was based off like starting my new job. So the scene is set. I'm starting my new job. And everything started off great. I met with my new supervisor and my mentor, along with like the rest of my team that I was working on as an engineer. But the place was a total madhouse. Like nothing was good. Like I'm telling you, like our offices looked like elementary school classrooms. And people were like, I remember specifically, they're like, we're not going to work. We're just going to watch like The Lion King all day. And I'm like, this is so bad.
And are these
awesome.
are these projected like just NPC versions, or like these are like actual like the face of the manager is your actual manager?
I don't believe my actual manager was in it. I know I had this dream before I actually started work, so I didn't actually. Most people were all NPCs for sure, because I didn't actually know what they looked like. But so it was a madhouse. Everyone was really immature too. Everyone was just casually like in jeans and t-shirts. And yeah, I say that.
Sounds good.
I say that everyone felt really immature. Carly was also there with me for some reason on my first day at the job, getting introduced to the new people, and we were all like networking and stuff. And then I say we had
It's like taking your child to preschool.
yeah, it's like, come on, babe, let's go. And then we apparently had a 20-person meeting. Oh no, okay, I'm repeating myself. We had a 20-person meeting where we just watched a movie for the whole time. Like
Nice, dude. This sounds like,
It's
a
like a
great company,
substitute
man.
teacher.
it was hard to watch the whole movie. Everyone was on their phone while it played, anyways. Like not even people weren't even into it. They're like, I'm just gonna get my
That's
phone.
100% accurate though.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like a regular meeting.
It's like like the manager's like, let's just watch a movie, and then everyone's like, yeah, no. But then I say this was a short scene breaking up another scene. I went to the pool. There was a pool, And
That's awesome. That's an awesome
people
workplace, man.
had this is coming back to me. Some people had powers.
Exactly.
Some people had like legit powers at the company.
Okay.
The first time I noticed it was when I walked to this pool. I noticed like some people had powers, and I walked to the pool and this girl was like just hovering, like practicing telekinesis. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Whoa.
So wait, hold
yeah.
up. This company, one, you get powers, you have a pool, and all you do is you watch videos. That sounds like a pretty great company.
That sounds a great company.
I don't know if I get powers. We'll read down. I don't remember. I don't think I got powers in this, but some people just had powers. And she was like by the pool in her bikini, just practicing telekinesis. I'm like, oh, all right, fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Carly. Now in the next scene, Carly's gone. She's done. I had to walk home with my buddy, my mentor person that I got assigned. Remember? He was
You walked home with them?
Yeah, I was walking home with them.
Walking home from
Isn't that
school.
weird? Yeah, we were walking
like-
home. I don't know why. I'm assuming we all lived in the vicinity. I think I lived in the vicinity. He probably did as well. He was about 10 years older than me. And we were walking, and this is where it turns bad. It's all sounding like it's good, but we just walk and we just hear sniper shots. We just hear sniper fire.
Oh my god.
And then life and death now.
Oh man.
The best part was my mentor turns to me. He's like, "Yeah, that's pretty typical for this city."
Man, nervous about moving,
which
huh?
I was. Yeah, to be fair, I was nervous about some of the crime rates in the new city, so it kind of lines up pretty well.
Just sniper shot.
Yeah. So eventually, here's where it gets even more interesting. We walk, and so where we're walking, I remember it's like this cul-de-sac thing, and our work is at the end of a cul-de-sac. We walk, and it's like we're going up this huge hill as we walk home from this cul-de-sac. And eventually we get to the sniper's house, and my mentor wants to kill the sniper. He's like, we got to kill him. And
this is a purge now.
And here's the other craziest thing. The dude, we see him, he's not a man. He looks like the Grim Reaper. He's just a skeleton guy with the sniper rifle with like a big purple robe. Like, I say kind of like Grim Reaper, but in a garb.
It's Einzel Gone with the sniper rifle.
I say it was in a garb like the action figure that one guy in Better Call Saul put on a grave. So yeah, this is definitely coming from Better Call Saul.
It's all
again.
merging.
Yeah.
Some sort of. I'm assuming that's some sort of like ethnic, like maybe Death Day type thing that they put on there or something. I don't know. Mentor goes off. Mentor goes in for the kill, but the skeleton is invincible. And kills him.
No.
Like literally like Power Star and Mario invincible. Kills him. I have no fear, since there's a rule apparently when you die by this dude, you come back to life. And I put a question mark because I'm not sure how I know that. I realize somehow I'm skipping, like my consistency is going down the drain. I realize that you can only kill him if you use your own weapon. So I find his sniper spear. He doesn't have a sniper rifle anymore. It's like a spear that has a gun at the end of it that he shoots.
Like a scythe sniper.
Yeah. So I find his sniper
It's like the Ruby
spear.
thing, actually.
And I stab him with it. He dies, but again, he's allowed to come back to life because I killed him with his own weapon. And that's the rule.
Oh, okay.
Apparently. Because if you die by the sniper spear. So yeah, if you die by the sniper spear, you also come back to life. So I kill him. And then he is like, I'm like, uh-oh, he's going to come back and try to kill me. So since I killed the skeleton, my mentor is pissed and wants to kill me when he also comes back to life. They essentially respond immediately, and then I start running away. And then I wake up as I see the skeleton like in vision chasing me.
Dang.
Yeah, this dream sucked.
You've got some very detailed dreams.
This is pretty quick.
This was definitely like one of the most detailed dreams I had. I'm surprised I like stayed awake to one of the small aside. One of the biggest problems I have when doing this is like I am literally like on my phone, like I can't even see. Like I'm just like barely awake trying to type this. I can't believe I don't have more typos. But that was definitely one of the more detailed dreams that I had. But it was starting great, and then of course Skeleton Invincible Man starts sniping people, and then I have to get involved. Like that was
I ate the star power, and then it's all game over from there.
And then the powers never came back. Man, that stinks. Like I never got powers or anything. That was just a small aside, I guess. But yeah.
I wonder if I have anything where I had powers. I must have had a dream where I had powers at one point.
I have a recurring power where it's like I can make electricity, but it's like, if I like hold my hands and you tense up your fingers a lot, I'll get like a small spark.
Really, a little arc.
Yeah, I'll get like a little arc.
party trick.
Like my hands get all tingly and I get a little arc, and then in some dreams I'm able to like make only little arcs, but some I'm able to like do a little Sith lightning thing.
Nice.
That's a recurring one that I get. Anyways.
Yeah. I'll do lightning too. It's funny that you say that. Yeah, lightning was kind of like if I do have powers in dreams, it's usually lightning related.
Yeah, it just I don't know,
Well,
that always made
that's,
sense.
That's interesting. I feel my power. Oh, actually, one of my dreams does have powers. I just realized.
You'll have to talk about that one next.
Yeah, when it comes back around to me, I have a power dream.
Unfortunately, I do not have any power dreams.
Oh man,
Most
you
of mine are
gotta come
actually
back when you do have one.
Pretty down to earth. So this
Well,
one,
I don't know. The gorilla's in the car.
That's really down to earth.
Yeah, this is a little. Yeah, well, I don't have any powers.
That's
so
true. Yeah,
I'm traveling in some
Pick all the locks.
anonymous Asian city. All I know is it's Asians
Okay.
due to like the art style,
Architecture.
and it feels like futuristic, right? It feels like cyberpunky kind of.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's
cool.
actually pretty cool. I gotta say, like the hotel so I'm staying in this hotel, right? And it's a really cool hotel, but it's like, there's a lot of interesting areas around it. But somehow there's a giant library in this hotel, and I'm running through the library in my underwear.
Okay.
Don't know why I'm in my underwear. Don't know why there's a giant library in a hotel, but there is. And it's like it's like the library at MSU, right? Very sterile, gross. Like,
Okay.
the shelves,
but not like massively big, just a regular library.
Yeah, just like one floor, but just like the lights and everything like that. I don't know why. And then I run into some people I know from MSU in my underwear, and I'm like trying to hide it from them because I'm in my underwear. I'm like, fuck, I can't have them see me in my underwear.
I've had some of that before where I'm in my underwear and I'm like, I
shit.
can't let anyone see.
And I run out, and then somehow I get clothes back on. Don't know how that happens, just does.
Thumbs
And
up.
then I'm, that's always nice when you can just, apparate clothes out of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
And I end up talking
That's a
to him
power.
like, oh, this is, cool. And then I end up going downstairs, and it's like got this really cool stairwell too. It's like black marble. It's funny, I can remember this, but yeah, like black marble, and but which it doesn't go with the aesthetic at all. But it just is.
Yeah.
I go out
It's just
and
there,
then,
like, oh, that's nice.
like going like wandering the streets, right? And I run into this. She's probably. I called her in my notes a cool hooker because she's dressed like a stripper. Nothing there. I just say that.
You're like, oh,
Made sense
there's
in the
that
moment.
person.
But she's cool, and like I end up talking just like with this person.
She's
and
cool.
and, yeah, nothing else happens. Just like literally a
It's
chat.
such a
about-
Michael thing. Like he finds a random person, talks to him.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's a dream.
It is a dream. Yeah. I made sure to put in parentheses. Did not sleep with. There's no. Nothing
Yeah.
like that. Just having a chat.
clarifying.
Yeah, and then what was it? I think this one kind of merged in with my next dream, which happened on a totally different night, which is kind of weird.
I love when that happens.
Oh.
But yeah, so I can talk about the next dream later. But yeah, it's kind of like it was just
It's like
okay. This is in some cyberpunk
two-parter.
city. I'm just spending time there. I don't know like what's going on, and I think I ate some food. I went to a restaurant. I think there's just like a sushi restaurant or some kind of Asian restaurant close
Was
to the
that
hotel.
after you had started watching Edge Runners?
No, this is way before. This is back in.
Oh, that's interesting.
This is back
Premonition
in.
to Edge Runners.
This is on the 19th of August.
Interesting.
Huh.
So it's a month, exactly a month.
I think that sounds fun. Just in a cyberpunk city. I wish those
Yeah.
existed in real
And
life.
there was nothing like besides me trying to hide because I'm wearing underwear.
Yeah,
There's nothing
yeah.
like life or death about it. It was just me like kind of exploring, like wandering around. I remember there was like these like big metro system. This is kind of tying into the other one. Big metro system that somehow like connects all the city, but there's a lot of walking too, like these extremely long walkways that connect all these metro systems, and they're like somehow floating in the air. The rays, but it's like, imagine like this giant crisscross of like,
I picture
like
it.
bridges everywhere. I'm trying to think of a good example, almost like the Harry Potter and like the bridges that move. Imagine super futuristic and not moving. It just feels like everything's like layered on top of each other, and they all connect like metros and something like that. I remember like walking through something like that, and it's kind of weird.
That was cool.
Yeah,
very aesthetic.
It's nice, chill. It's great. It's like I want to have that dream.
Yeah, Colton wants to stop fighting the cartel.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So this is my power dream. Is the next one.
Power dream.
So I wrote down. This was a night where I had a couple like really crazy dreams, but I only remembered one of them, and that's this one. So, let's see. Oh, there's another dream that was real. Oh, and this is one of the dreams where I thought was real.
Oh, really? Whoa,
yeah.
You thought
when I woke up, I was so disappointed that it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So,
man, you had powers in this one. That must have been a huge bummer.
It was. It took me several minutes to realize it wasn't real.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know the feeling.
So it started out, and I was FaceTime with my parents, right? And I was talking. This was after I came back from a trip to when I was up in like a national park or something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, hey, I'm talking about the thing, describing my trip. And then I wrote down in parentheses, hey, why am I using FaceTime when I know that I can just teleport?
I just teleport there. Easy.
So then I asked my parents if it's cool if I can pop over to talk about it. And then I just appeared in the kitchen.
Oh, that's so sick.
That's great.
But like very much like Jumper,
Yeah.
I was just like, boom, like I was in it. It was awesome. and I wrote, but there was rules to it. So I had to have set the places previously. Like I can't just go to a picture that I've seen. I have to have been to the place and like marked it as a waypoint, essentially.
Okay. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, after I doing this, like after I just remembered that I could teleport, I would just go back to like pet my cat occasionally. And there's a couple other spots that I had registered, so I would go back to visit those.
Yep. Fast travel in real life.
Yeah, it was
great.
like
that's great.
The coolest thing. I woke up, I was like, heck yeah, I gotta go, pet my cat today. And then I was like, gosh, darn it.
That's a bummer.
That's so funny.
I was so bummed. But it was super cool because I remember I would just, one of those like really shortened dream sequences where I know I went to other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had lived life for a little bit with that power.
Yeah.
Kind of like the montage in Jumper.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
it was cool though, man. Just like actually teleporting was super cool.
That's something where it's like not too crazy. Yeah, where it's like you wake up and you're immediately like, oh, that was a dream. That's just a little bit too real and like popularized, where it's just like it could be normal. Like, yeah, I could see myself doing that. I wish I was doing that. Yeah.
Is teleporting like something common for you, like a common power?
Oh, I would love to be able to teleport. It's either teleporting or telekinesis for me is the power I would go with.
Yeah, those would be good.
Interesting.
Powers of the mind.
Not telepathy, reading people's minds?
No,
telepathy would be tough to live with, I think. I don't know if I want to read people's minds.
It's like Mao from Code Geass. It's like all he's doing is just listening to everyone around him.
Yeah.
You can't shut it off.
Yeah.
I feel like you just go insane like that.
Yeah.
And people have their secrets. I don't want to know them.
Yeah, like everyone has secrets, and yeah, you just we privacy is a good thing. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Funny. It's funny. It's always been flying and like electricity have always been like my dream ones. I like flying, specifically flying, like not like me flying, but like flying with like wings, which is
really
weird,
like a maximum ride situation. Like you could sprout them and then go. That would
or
be
like
cool.
the guy from X-Men.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like because like I don't know what it is. There's something about it that for me,
that'd be really cool too.
It's always been like whenever I do dream about like having a power or something like that, it's flying with wings, not just me flying like Superman style, right? So
Man,
I don't know what that means.
I picture flying as the Chronicle flying, which is based on telekinesis.
Yeah.
So like that's how I picture myself flying, if at all.
Yeah.
It all worked out. One of my biggest powers that I wish I would have that's like more down to earth is just like stopping time. Like, and you want to know the biggest motivator for that? It was when I was in school and I was like, I'd stay up playing video games till, midnight, and then I have to get up at 6. And I'm like, you know what would be easy? If I could just stop time and get another 2 to 3 hours of sleep. And I would do that I would stop time. I would never sleep. I would just stop time, sleep, and then wake up and then live. I think stopping time would be amazing.
Interesting.
You could do so much stuff. You could like basically.
What would be the limitation on this power, though?
Do you need a limitation though? I don't think you need it because you can't interact with anyone.
We've talked about this before.
There's usually limitations on powers.
Maybe you can only use it for a certain amount of time, or one of the.
What if like the only time you stopped time was when you were sleeping?
That could work. One of the limitations, which would just break the entire thing, was if like physics and the world around you reacted to like an infinitely. So like if you stop time, right, and I moved my hand, obviously that's like an infinitely fast like move of like air. So whatever I did to the environment, whenever I unstopped time, everything would basically just blow up, I guess.
Yeah, you create a black hole because of all. You're basically pushing all this mass together.
Yeah, maybe I would stop time. It would be like every second is now like a millisecond. But still, if I like did this, or if I like touched a desk, it would just shatter.
Lightly tap somebody, they would just
disintegrate.
Explode.
Yeah.
No, he literally he'd move, he'd breathe, and the air moving out of his lungs would create like a black hole.
It's a huge like sonic wave. Yeah.
Because remember, everything there is going. Any movement is moving faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
It would
literally be a black hole,
which then just breaks physics entirely.
Yeah, they never talk about that when people stop time.
Yeah, exactly, it's something that we don't talk about much, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
But
rules of causality, man.
All right. Another dream from me. This one is also kind of not fun, but it was interesting. So,
do you have any fun dreams?
I don't think I have any actually fun dreams.
Bummer.
All the dreams are like, these kind of sucked. Like in some form or another. I'm actually looking to see if there are any fun dreams right now. They're all like suspense or like high intensity, like, oh, I'm going to die. This one's another one of those. I'm just going to say this one because this one, I like this one. This was cool. Not fun, but kind of a cool story in the end. I start off my first sentences. Hilarious. I'm in the Vietnam War, apparently. So
apparently
I am like in the Vietnam War. This one, August was in it. He was my main comrade in the Vietnam War. Is my main partner.
Oh, nice.
There was also someone else, another one of my friends, but I didn't know. So basically, we're starting patrolling a city rooftop. I think we must be in Vietnam because that's where it took place. So we're on a second floor city top rooftop. And then I realized this. Wait a minute. Then I realized that this battle in the future actually has all the enemies flank the Americans. So I have a premonition in my dream where we win, but then we move, and then the enemy flanks us or something. Mm-hmm. So I have this premonition. I tell my boss, and my boss reluctantly agrees to like follow our lead, to like go to where they flank us and cut them off there. So here's like the part I actually remember the most vividly. We get into these submarines, apparently in the middle of the city.
In the Vietnam War.
In the Vietnam War, apparently everything's flooded, which I guess isn't too off for Vietnam. A lot of stuff gets flooded. But it's flooded enough to where I'm able to get into a submarine and traverse the city in a submarine. And these submarines were like jank. It was like the Jack Sparrow. You know how they got the boat and they like
drug dealer submarines.
No. It was like they got the boat and then they put it over their heads and then they went
it upside down.
Yeah. But then it was motorized, so we just hung on to the top and we just moved. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
probably.
But you're like hidden from view, but
yeah, but
underwater.
But then the best part of it was, so these were like really, really fast submarines, super fast, like. So the thing was, it was like Halo physics motor vehicles fast, and like that was the physics engine. Like we were flying around, like twisting around. We were going at like 100 miles an hour. It was wild.
awesome.
That was like, it was insane because it was like we were in our submarines like hitting each other like you would in Halo, and nothing was happening. Like we were fine. We were
You just bounced.
Yeah. And eventually we emerge into a populated part of the city where we're walking again. I say Vietnam is beautiful, but everyone hates us, especially since we are bringing guns into like this main area. One English-speaking man flips us off. Oh my God, I remember why this got terrible. Eventually we realize, so we emerge from these submarines. We're like walking around. We have guns, waiting for the enemy. And
as you do.
One English-speaking guy flips us off. This is a really populated area, and we eventually realize everyone is carrying a single throwing axe. Everyone is carrying a throwing axe.
Oh no!
They start trying to throw these at us while we shoot them because we're like defending ourselves now. There's an the best part about this is they're all pretty bad, and like we're like they're throwing their axe and we're just taking our guns and we're like doing this. We're like, I'm just gonna like
blocking it.
Then there's this old guy who is like super good. Like he's like Call of Duty throwing these axes at us. And he starts like picking off our entire team by like everyone starts giving him their axe. And he's like throwing them all at us.
Like townspeople save us.
He killed Gus. Like he like yeeted Gus like from across the map. And then
across the map.
Yeah. There's another note here that is kind of weird. He kills what used to be Gus, but is now a woman. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume that's Gus.
What the fuck?
I don't know. There's like a break. There's a glitch in the Matrix there or something. I'm just gonna say it killed Gus. And then I like as soon as that happens, like he dies. I consciously just am like I'm out. I yeet out of the dream. Like I think
eject.
I like escape exit game out of that. Like I don't know. Like I didn't know it was a dream, but I was like I'm out. I'm done. Like I'm not getting killed by this crazy old man right now.
Axe throwing old man.
Dude, it was
That's
terrifying.
great.
Can you imagine if you're like everyone around you is throwing axes and they start just chucking them at you?
I'm imagining like I'm in the middle of a city square and everyone's throwing an axe at me.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Dude, it
You
was.
know what's funny?
Well, what's funny?
Go.
What's funny?
I had a somewhat similar dream.
Really?
No
It's a
way.
little bit more
Terrible.
dark from like my perspective. So this is World War II though. So
Oh.
I'm like an American soldier
It's my
going through
favorite
like
wars.
devastated like Berlin or something like that. You know, I mean this is after everyone and like everyone's basically dead, but there's still like civilians like shooting us, but they're not shooting us with like guns, they're shooting us with these like acid guns.
Oh,
And like I
God.
remember like seeing like what amounts to like a comrade of mine just like melt. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
God.
Just like literally
That
just like
sucks.
gets melted by this, and like the civilians with acid guns,
brutal.
and like trying to like kill them. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like these like people are just like it's like just like people. And I'm like, and then I realize like what the fuck? I'm just like shooting people right now, and I have like this like existential crisis and dream ends.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are nuts. Those are both crazy.
That it's just not cool. I don't like that dream. Sucked so much. And
Yeah,
it's just like
it's
being trapped and just being thrown. You're gonna die. I guess at least I was
You're
able to
gonna
eat
die.
out.
I
Like
just like the ridiculous weapons too.
no, they all have throwing axes.
And literally acid super soakers. Just imagine that. Like
acid
a super soaker.
soakers. What the hell?
Yeah.
Man.
Jeez.
Well, do you have is your last stream, Sean, a little bit more lighthearted? A little lighter on the edges here?
Well, okay, so I have my last dream that I recorded that month, but I also did like a search to see if I had a dream with one of you guys in it.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I found one that Colton's in. And I don't have one that I mentioned Michael by name, but it may have been implied. That would just be harder to search for.
Yeah.
So I can say the one I actually had though during this time.
Yes.
Because that was interesting. So this is one I had while I was sleeping, while I was camping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was kind of windy a little bit, or just like some hard wind for like a little bit.
Right.
So that must have been what triggered this. And I was in bear country too. So, that thought's in my mind. And I'm like just burst camping away, like on a mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
So I was sleeping in my tent. This is what I woke. This is the dream. And I woke up to the feeling the whole tent was sliding over the ground. It turns out that a bear was dragging the tent away from the campsite for some reason.
And you were in it?
I was in it, but I don't have this written down, but I remember is like I was going fast. It was
he was really going. He was booking it.
It was moving. And it was like, it wasn't like something like stepping. It was just like a constant slide. I'm like, how is this even happening? So I started yelling bear, because usually when you see a bear, everyone starts yelling bear and it scares them away.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of low at first. I was like, there's a bear. I was like, bear. At first, and then louder. The bear eventually stopped pulling the tent, and the rest of the group that I was with woke up too and also started yelling bear. So everyone's yelling
So there
bear
was multiple
around
people in this tent.
Well, no, just in the, they had another tent nearby.
Oh, gotcha.
Woke up, hearing me yell bear, so they joined in saying bear. And I said there was a group of bears that started to slowly, a group of bears now, that started slowly to wander off after this. And then I was like, oh, that was crazy. And I moved the tent back to where it was and then went back to bed.
Just like nothing ever happened.
That was, I don't know what happened there, but that was an interesting dream.
Mm-hmm.
Just start sliding.
Funny, do you talk in your sleep at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
And when I recorded myself, like to see if I like snored or anything for a while, I didn't say anything. So I don't think I talk.
Yeah.
At least
it'd be funny if like you were saying bear in your sleep.
Bear.
Like,
bear.
Do you know if you talk in your sleep, Colton?
I don't, to my knowledge. Carly's never talked about it, at least.
Yeah, she'd be the one to know. I do. But it's
You
usually
do?
mumbles. Yeah. I've heard people say that I mumble in my sleep.
I remember if I heard. I feel like I have heard you mumble in your sleep. I can't quite recall.
Yep.
Um,
When I'm drunk.
Yeah. We have...
I'll come back to the one with that's Colton's in after
after
I come back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a friend in the one friend group that we all have as well, the mutual friend group, that Nick, I think if you like wake him up while he's sleeping, like he's fell asleep during a party sometimes, and you'll wake him up, he'll actually like have that classic like wah, like cold sweat wake up screaming.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
it's like
That'd freak me out.
It's like a
seeing somebody
normal,
else do
not a normal thing, but it's happened like a lot, like way more than I didn't even think that existed, and it apparently does. He does it. Like he'll wake up if you wake him up forcibly, kind of.
Whoa.
It is pretty freaky. He like actually wakes up in a panic, and you're like, dude, what's wrong? Like, is something wrong? He's like, no, I was just freaking out, like because I got woken up.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Maybe it's like you get shook and you feel like you're falling or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's a strange one though.
That's really strange.
You
Yeah.
have to experiment. Like try and like gently wake him up. Like be like,
Hey, wake, and then try to like really bully him up and see how severe.
See what the other
Slap him through the water. No.
Slap him.
I've had people talk to me in my sleep, and like I've actually not carried on conversation, but like reacted to what they're saying, which is kind of weird. I mean, obviously this is secondhand because I'm unconscious, but I don't know. I've never
been told this. My brother slept walk several times as a kid.
My dad does
Doesn't do it
too.
anymore, I don't think. But my parents tell a story where he wandered into their bedroom, like just in the middle of the night, and then so my mom like woke up, and my brother was just standing there, like
It's so creepy. He's in the doorway.
like eyes closed, and she like freaked out. She's like, "Hey," and my brother like mumbled something and then wandered away.
All right.
That would freak me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta
It's
tell
so
this one.
bad.
So this is my dad, and he'll hate me for telling this one. But this is so great. So this is when I was back in I think high school.
Yeah.
When I was standing at his place, and I remember like waking up and hearing like some sounds coming from downstairs. I'm like, what the heck?
Peculiar.
And then I look over, the lights
How
on.
peculiar.
All right, so I'll go down there, and like I'm still like kind of in a daze, right?
Yeah.
Go down, and then
Is this
turn
like
the
middle of the
corner.
night or is it like
Yeah, and so, middle like late at night, probably like 1 a.m. And at how the house would be like, go downstairs and then you loop around and you'll see the kitchen, right? So kitchen light was on. I turn around, And at this house, there was an island in the kitchen, right? My dad is standing, island, shirtless, so far as I could tell, and had like chips and just like random food items everywhere, right? And then he tells me, "Stop! Don't come any closer. I'm completely naked." And he continues doing whatever the fuck he is. And remember, and this is him sleepwalking. He does not remember any of this.
Wow.
Oh, so he knew to tell you to stop.
Yep. And you're like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Were his eyes open or were they closed?
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
I think they were closed though.
That's so
or like,
crazy.
Like half closed. Like I don't remember being able to see his like identify his eyes really.
Wow.
That's some intense sleepwalking.
That is some
if you're
really
eating
intense sleepwalking.
while in the middle of the night.
I think that's
Probably
gotta
just
make
like really hungry and be like random shit. Like probably I think he was making a sandwich or some shit like that, and just like chips and shit. And you're like, what the
whoa, what the fuck? I think that's gotta make it into a TikTok.
I wonder if he
compilation,
actually
though.
was sleepwalking or he just lied to you to try and like.
Oh no, definitely.
That's
that
hilarious.
is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Very strange.
But yeah, back to the dreams.
Yeah.
You got another one?
I can do another one. I think most of my interesting ones are gone. I can do another one where it's a little bit another weird one. They're all kind of the same. They're all freaky, like someone's gonna die. This one was a little bit more supernatural, where I was playing a game where Sam, the main guy, in quotes, Sam, the main guy, always needs to die by your hand. And Sam turns into a girl without reasoning. Dream logic, I say. So, yeah, okay, so this was weird because it was like this game where you had to kill Sam. And the game started with, like, taxidermy NPCs, if that makes sense. Like, you can interact with them, go through the quest, and it's like, I don't know how to explain this other than it was like an interactive clue or something. Then you had to go kill the person, but then everyone was like just a puppet, and then you got through the storyline without anyone interacting with each other and moving, and you're able to like find and kill Sam. I don't ever think I killed Sam, but I was with a group of people who were trying to do this, and
all of your dreams involve trying to kill people.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not trying to.
All of Colton's dreams are game based.
They are, yeah.
They are kind of game. There's at least some sort of game. Yeah, because there's like rules. There's like a skeleton man can't die unless he gets killed by his own weapon.
Respawns, you know, resetting.
Yeah, they are all game-based.
There's obstacles and challenges and NPCs. Like they're just a video game.
Or physics or video game physics.
Yeah, something like that. So I'm trying to. I like only have a paragraph for this. Essentially, yeah, you play through the game and you learn that so you learn who Sam is through the taxidermy version, and you learn that Sam is the. You have to kill the same character. I think I start like fumbling my words here because I can't read what I'm writing here. But you win the game essentially. You win the game, and then once you win the taxidermy version, you have to play it with a bunch of like actual people. They aren't puppet NPCs. They're real people like trying to solve the mystery and interacting with each other.
Oh, interesting.
So. You also get a group of friends that are also non-taxidermy, and
good.
Then you played the game, and it was way more sketchy. Like that's all I remember. Then I also remembered that I saw a random, much older version of myself as another NPC, 10 to 15 years older. Was extremely fat, not a good look. I wrote. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know why, but I never got
inner fears coming out there.
Yeah, I never really got more through the game. Like we just started playing, it got really sketchy, I remember, because like everyone is trying to kill this guy, so they're trying to, it's like Hunt Showdown. Like I'm getting Hunt Showdown vibes from a couple of these dreams as well, because it's like you gotta kill each other so you can actually kill the boss and then run away. Like so
yeah, also yours are all objective based. Like there's an objective.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, there is something
There's a goal
done
at the end
with all of these.
Well, Sean and I are usually just like whatever.
I don't want an
random.
object. I just want to like go hang out in the magical forest. Honestly, I would love that.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess I am someone who likes to do something. Like as a person, I like even if the objective
Having a
is
goal.
just to see scenic or like sightsee, that's the objective instead of just being like floating, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe that's kind of bleeding into like the dreams, like giving like I understand their purpose or remember their purpose a lot better or something like that.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of just random like wandering dreams, my next dream kind of ties into the previous, not the previous one I talked about, the one before that about like the cyberpunk city, because it's like it's a slightly different cyberpunk city.
Slightly
Similar. It is like right?
It's what Michael's into.
At least you're in
Wants to be
cyberpunk cities.
cyberpunk.
That's a win.
But I haven't
That's a
played
huge win.
cyberpunk in ages. The last time I played cyberpunk was like I did boot up this weekend because of Edge Runners.
Because of Edge Runners,
I
yeah.
play a bit of cyberpunk. Throw some mods in there that are Edge Runner mods, but it's like, and it had a different like feel to it. It felt a lot more industrial, and
Yeah.
I remember that the whole like storyline is like I'm living in this city. I think it's like in Japan or overseas somewhere, because I remember
Okay.
the main objective of this, or like the main problem I'm running into in this, is that I can't find my car. It's like the car,
The worst
that I
problem.
own.
The worst. I lose my car.
I can't
all
find my
the time.
car, but it's in overseas, and I literally shipped it over, and I'm trying to find a way. I can't find it first, and I'm trying to find a way to ship it back to my home, because I have to move back home after whatever I'm done here.
Yeah, like you're trying to,
And that's my
like,
problem.
what
Is
a
I'm trying to
weird
ship
problem to
my
have.
car back home. I'm like, I don't know how to fucking ship my car. Did they fly it over or something like that?
Yeah,
'Cause
like, what's going
I don't
on?
remember how they got it there.
that's funny.
And I'm like
such a
living in like
weird
it's like a weird
circumstance.
hostel hotel kind of thing. It's very like, it feels like it's like in a slightly shady area, like a old industrial area of the city.
Yeah.
Everything there was cool. I never ran into any problems with people. It was just very industrial. And I remember like looking for my car through like there's like this parking garage thing, and I remember running up and down the stairs, because I don't know why I was running up and down the stairs side of it. But I was like looking for it, looking through all. I'm like, where's my car? And then I get it, and I'm like, how do I ship it back now? And that's the entire thing. And it kind of it was one of those dreams. I don't know about you. Sometimes for me, I'll just have the fade out of a dream. It won't be like immediately I woke up, or immediately it just ends. It's like the details fizzle out into just blackness.
Yeah,
And that was kind of one of those. But it's just the weirdest like objective is I gotta ship my car back home.
That's a weird one. That's a weird objective.
Yeah.
But-
But that's why I love dreams, though, because they're just so random.
Yeah, it is
And
really
I don't
amazing.
I don't think all dreams mean something. I just think your brain creates something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes it's a weird nothing. You know,
Yeah. I'm definitely not
But-
someone who thinks that.
random synapses firing. You know,
I don't really
Yeah.
connect a lot of personal stuff to dreams, unless it's like, that episode
I don't
of
either.
Saul was really stressed. So I had a stressful dream, but as far as it really going deep into my psyche, I'm not sure if I'm always on board with that, I guess.
I'm gonna see if I can find the dream from when I was almost dying in college one time, because I had just an insane dream that time. But I want to talk about the one that had Colton in it.
I'm
And I
interested.
think this is a super weirdly normal dream
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
for me, I guess. So I had bullet points here. I said this dream was really cool and high energy feeling. So I was at it. This is in 2016, by the way,
This is college then.
June of 2016. So we were in college.
Yeah.
But this was apparently when I was at my house in California, because I have like locations on these things as well that pop up. But it was pretty recent, because April I was in school, May, June. So it must have been during like a summer break or something like that. So I was I was at a huge stadium where everybody was watching giant screens that were showing this people playing this gun game. Okay.
Whoa.
And it was a virtual reality game very similar to Sword Art Gun Gale.
Oh, okay.
Online.
Yeah.
And so you were the person, but it was more real and like a lot harder than the Gun Gale one. So I was watching the current match, which was the semifinalists, and they were fighting it out. The tournament, which was the world tournament, had team battles and free for all battles. Next thing I wrote down was I was watching the match with Colton because we were the other semifinalist team.
Oh, God.
That had made it into the finals, and the team that was fighting right now would be whoever won. We would be fighting against.
Nice.
In the final round. So and we were pretty confident.
Yeah,
we were pretty confident because we were really good.
Yeah.
We were watching these guys to see if there were any surprises. That they had. And I wrote down the whole thing was a big deal. Seemed like there was a lot riding on the tournament. And the stadium was packed, and everyone was going nuts. And that was it.
Oh, shoot.
It was just a random snippet.
You didn't get to like see us battle it out.
No.
Bummer.
Yeah, I don't think I came back to that.
Seems like a cool concept though. Gun game semifinal. Yeah.
Which is weird because I don't think we'd ever played like a gun game at that point.
Yeah, I don't think we have. Certainly weren't into VR yet. So
yeah, I think I just had
and
watched.
Did Gun Gale just come out, or
I don't know. It must have, or around that time. Yeah, I have some weird ones.
Nice. That sounds like a great dream. I want these dreams. I'm gonna steal your dreams.
I have some really long dreams I've written down.
Oh man. Like how long? Like how many paragraphs are these? Like.
Well, do you have a thing that totals up your words at all?
Do I? I don't. I'm just on Google Keep Notes. I have my long one was like 5 paragraphs. 3 of them were pretty small paragraphs.
Oh my God. This one. How did I write this much down?
Yeah.
This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 12 paragraphs.
It's like a straight, just short story.
I wrote a novel.
Must have taken you like 20 minutes to write that all down. That's crazy.
There's something. I started learning about a secret to land that was very important. Training. You're loading onto a ship. There's pirates. Oh my God. I'm going to reread some of these. These look awesome. At some point here. Dang. Yeah, I'm glad that Michael started dreaming again.
Yeah. I'm glad that you have dreams,
and,
Mike.
We all got some cool content, just like not even for the podcast, just like fun things that are that we can have recorded now,
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna keep trying to do it. I think I want to try and like dive into that lucid dream stuff, and I'll make it a point to either talk about it or we can like do another one of these like in the next couple months or something. Because I did have fun doing this. This was fun actually trying to like dream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So although the next goal should be trying to lucid dream.
That would be nice. If we could each try to get a good lucid dream and then maybe talk about it at some point. It doesn't have to be the full podcast, but that would be so cool. Hopefully it works out well. My thing, it kind of relates to the powers. I feel like when I dream of powers, I like go into like a mode of like how I could screw it up. So like I have the ability to teleport, but what if I just teleport inside of a concrete wall? Like, do I die? Like I get really like freaked out about that. Same with lucid dreams. It's like I have the power to dream, but I remembered if I looked in the mirror, that's usually like it's pretty freaky. Or if I look at my hands, I have 6 fingers. So I'll like have all these like weird things to like not do, to try and not do, and I'll be like freaked out about it.
And you
always takes practice.
Yeah, and you always do the thing you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first lucid dream I had was I got too excited and woke up. Before I could do anything.
I think that was mine.
And it was only to the second one where I was actually able to do something for a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
I'd love to have that again because like then you can have powers and it means something and you're like
yeah, you can actually do something with your powers. You can do or meet anyone. Sorry, not do or meet anyone. You could do anything or meet anyone. I guess what I said was technically correct.
We can do or meet anyone too.
I'm technically correct, I guess, but that's not what I meant.
Yep, that's for the NSFW Patreon only.
Yeah,
I mean, lucid dreaming and just flying is just the best.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that's pretty
that's
cool.
What
because that's what I started doing. I just started like, I became who's the guy in The Watchmen, the Dr. Manhattan. I basically became Dr. Manhattan and wasn't blue. I was just like anything. Reality bends to my will, and it was awesome.
Man,
that's really neat.
I feel like I would like to be like the Avatar. And like, but I had no limits. Like I would start raising continents just of stone.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
And then like, but I would probably troll. I don't know. I wouldn't troll though, because that like the people actually feel real.
You would totally troll.
You got like smash an entire continent and break it apart. They are real. I guess if I was lucid, it'd be like whatever.
Yeah.
But
before we end this,
we
though,
need people populate this planet, and and just like do all these things.
yeah.
Before I end this, though, I do want to say I hope one of my dreams doesn't come true. And that dream, and it was the most realistic dream of them all, was our channel got copyright claimed. And I had to deal with this shit. And it's
my God.
I had to go through all the bureaucratic red tape for it. And that was an actual dream I
hilarious.
had.
That is awful.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
so
like
funny.
Scarier than the Vietnam War.
I was like, hey, wait, what? It was like one of those false copyright claims, right? I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
God,
like,
I gotta
oh
deal
my-
with that shit. It was the fun. I thought that was really funny.
That is pretty
that
funny.
was one of my dreams.
But like, it is actually stressful at the same time. I could see that, like being annoyed when you wake up. Like, man,
yep, yeah.
That's crazy. I remember, but I feel like most of my dreams don't get affected by things for the most part. I mean, I guess the bear is one, but like life events, I guess, don't really affect my dreams too much. But the one time when I almost died, I got like really sick.
Yeah.
And then I was like just laying in bed for like several days. I had just before that been reading this book called The Forever War, which is it's a book set a while ago. So we discover this this kind of wormhole warp point out near Mercury or one of the outer planet. Not Mercury's inner, isn't it?
Like Neptune or something like that.
Neptune.
Uranus?
Well, at a surface, so there was like a place to land. Anyway, then there was like a base we set up there because there was aliens coming through the portal and we had to go fight them. But every time you go through this portal, relativity kicks in. So then if you go out and come back, your relative time is very little, but a lot of time has happened on Earth. So this guy, I think it's in the 40s, this guy gets recruited, right? He goes out, comes back. It's now the 70s, Goes out, comes back, and it's now the, 2000s. Essentially, this guy goes, for him, his relative time is probably only about 3 months, and he's only gone on about 4 missions, maybe.
yeah.
But when he comes back, and he left in 1940, he comes back, and it's the year 3000, essentially.
Oh man.
In the final jump. And he comes back and comes back from this mission and he gets to the planet and it's like nothing, no one's there, no activity. He's like, what's going on? And they're like, oh yeah, the war ended like 300 years ago. We're all good now. Everything's fine. Humanity is a hive's mind now. Everything's all good. He's like, what?
It's like, oh man, I was gone too long this time.
Yep.
So I read that book before I got sick. And while I got sick, all I was dreaming is I was fighting in this war.
Oh my gosh, you
Just
were
like-
in the war.
I was just going through the trenches and I was like, it was just,
That
it
is
was
terrible.
nuts. I was,
and could you like wake up too, or like you couldn't wake up, right? Because
I wake
you're, like,
up
so
and I would
sick.
be like deliriously still fighting.
Like,
Fall
it's
back
the
asleep.
bombs.
Like, like PTSD from this dream sequence. It was pretty nuts.
It's like basically,
But it was a lot of fun, in a way, because it makes a good story.
yeah.
And the book was really good. But man, was it an intense couple days, I'd say.
Yeah, no kidding. That's like your
Not
immune
just dying
system.
in the-
That is like what your immune system was doing, fighting in that forever war.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what I picture it as. Like, my body is fighting, and so my mind, like, interprets that and just does something crazy.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
freaking wild. Dreams.
Any other dream thoughts from us, I think?
I don't think I have any more dream thoughts. I really want to lucid dream, so that is my next goal.
That should be our
Absolutely.
next goal, then. We'll maybe reconvene on a Dreamcast
Yeah, just
after a lucid dream. Although I'm still going to keep writing down anything I remember.
I'm gonna try and do
Yeah,
that
same.
too. If I have any crazy ones, I mean, just remembering dreams in general would be kind of cool. Longer dreams, I would
Yeah.
love to have long, nice dreams. Okay, I could explore a city for like a couple hours to what it feels like to me, that would be amazing. I don't want to relive some of these for a couple hours though. Nuh-uh. That'd be awful.
But what we learned so far is that very few of your dreams are exploratory. It's usually you have an objective.
Yeah, they are very objective based,
Yeah.
but I don't usually die. I mean, like I do die, or it's implied, but it's not like I'm getting shot. I'm like, and then die.
Feeling yourself bleed out.
Yeah. So
I'll send you guys one of my really long dreams.
I'll read
See
it.
what you think.
Yeah, please do.
I'll read it.
It's like a proper, short story.
Yeah. Well written. Grammatically correct.
All right. Well, I think that was Almost a Podcast.
That was almost
Thanks for listening, everybody.
a podcast. Yes.
Always appreciate a like and a rating and a, I don't know, follow. What can you do?
Like, rating,
I
follow,
think that's about it.
thumbs up, subscribe, a sub to us.
Do all that stuff.
Or a follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. It's all great.
All that good stuff. Thanks for listening. One day we will get there.
Yeah, and let us know some of your crazy ass dreams in the comments on some.
Send us.
Yeah.
Send them to us so we may laugh and love and share the love.